Hey guys, Mobile Gamers Unite. Alright, so here he is, Mr. Lucky number 14. That's right, so we had to pull 13 Rachel to get Landius to drop. Okay, so at that point, I don't know if that's an anomaly. I honestly don't feel like it is, because the same thing happened with Juggler and Zarita. And I honestly feel like for me to have pulled a Zarita, I probably would have had to pull 15 Juggler. And that's why I gave up. I was more than happy with Juggler. I didn't really care too much about Zarita. But Zarita wasn't a character that was tying in a whole faction group for me. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't have mattered. If I couldn't have pulled Landius here, this account was just going to have to sit there and wait for him to be on a focus banner so that I could actually have a fusion power to run. So that's where we're at. We did manage to get him, but I do gotta say, if I start seeing this pattern again, there's absolutely no way in hell I'm pulling 14 of a character to get the other one. That's just not happening again. I don't even, like, to tell you the truth, what we're doing with this account, and here, just because you guys are watching, we'll do some summons, because I could really care less what happens to any of the tickets or the crystals on this account at this point. We got the character that we wanted. Altamüller wouldn't be bad to have either. So this is just kind of whatever's left over. The only thing that I was going to hold out for on this account is potentially trying to get a Listel. Listel is just way too good to not try to get if you're running this faction group. I've noticed that on my other account, when I run this faction group, Listel is just an MVP. She's just ridiculous. She brings so much more healing. Between Rachel, my little MVP, between Rachel and Listel healing at the same time, your whole team is covered, and it's just so much. So that's about the only thing I will be doing with this alt account, is just waiting for a chance to get Listel. Other than that, I'm gonna run this faction group out, and we're gonna see exactly how much content I can clear with them, because this is the group I wanted to play with on my alt account, because it's just such a different style of gameplay than any of the other factions. So that's why I thought it'd be a good idea to have this faction power for my alt account. It just seems fun to play. Okay, and it seems a lot different to play. I have to say, this team is different than any of the other teams. They rely on this weird, crazy cavalry tank. And a lot of it has to do with, I want to see exactly how far he can go as a tank. I still don't know if Landius can tank endgame content. I honestly can't tell you guys. I haven't seen one actually do that. I know he's amazing for PvP, and I know, like, you could do a lot of stuff with him and his aura in PvP alone, but I don't know how useful that's going to be against a dragon. So I guess that's my real question, and that's what we will find out eventually. But right now I'm just going to try to get him leveled up, and it's going to be him, Lanford, Landius, Rachel, oh man, thought maybe we got another SSR. Nope. But I still have room in there for Luna to be a standalone, because she is one of the most powerful characters in my account. And then, I mean, if I do that, I can also bring Almeta for her debuffs, and because she can also bank off of Luna's fusion power. So, you know, even though this is the fusion group I'm going to be running, I'm still going to be like running a dual fusion group, because Luna is pretty much a standalone fusion character, so she's always going to buff herself, and probably your healer as well. I've done a video on it. So I just cannot cut Luna out of my party. She's absolutely way too strong. And I've thought about different things I could do, because I could also swap Luna out with Farik and Basil and run dual faction that way, but and I might have to. I've been using Farik to clear some content on here. Just her and Basil alone are absolutely ridiculous. Farik just cleared a Guild War run for me, actually. It came down to the very end, down to the wire, and everybody died except for Farik, and she ended up taking out Ledin. It was pretty amazing. So it was really close, but that character is built amazing. So if anybody out there right now is running Farik and they absolutely love her as a character, I'm right there with you. So, but that's pretty much what's going to happen to this account. I am going to play it now, see how far I can get in it. We're going to just throw out whatever crystals and tickets we have just to... Oh, there's Farik right there. I'm happy to get copies of her. But yeah, we're gonna see if maybe we can get a Listel later. And as far as other characters are concerned, I'm not even gonna pull for them on this account, because it's pretty much like I can either finish this fusion group, or I don't know, anything else is just kind of a waste. So even right now, I'm just doing these pulls because you guys bared with me for the past few days. So this will be another pull vid. Although I guess I don't care which SSR I get now. If any of them were to drop, it'd be great. At the same time, I have to say Alta Mueller would probably be better for me to get out of this than Leon. And I know I'm hard pressed to say that, but Alta Mueller can run with Farik and Basil, and I already have Basil as the fusion buffer. So I gotta say, actually, Alta Mueller is one of my favorite characters in this entire game. He's never left my main party, and he's a big reason for why I went towards Dark Reincarnation. I also thought it was really cool when I found out that Alta Mueller used to be a Basil, or whatever. He turned into a Basil. I actually didn't know about that when I first started playing. I just thought he was his own standalone character, but apparently there's quite a few characters that we run into that have turned into Basil himself. So I thought that was pretty cool about the storyline. All right. Oh boy. But yeah, we got Landius, of course, and we have his skin. We have his awesome Fallen Angel skin, because, well, that's just how many pulls it took to get him. He was lucky rainbow number 14, and 1 through 13 were all Rachel. So, I'm still out on this whole anomaly thing. That's quite the anomaly. Okay, I wish I was better at math. I wish I could tell you exactly what the odds were of pulling 13 of the same SSR character in a row without getting a dupe, without getting anything off banner, without getting anything in between but that same character 13 times. The odds on that have to be crazy. You know, it I guess what I'm mean to say is I'd probably be more likely to just get 3 SSR rainbows in a row than I would pulling 14 of them that are the same exact character with no off banner in between. So is it an anomaly? I don't know. I don't feel like it is, because I feel like it's the same thing with Juggler and Zarita. I honestly feel like I would have had to pull like 10, 12 Juggler to finally get a Zarita to drop. And I just feel like that's how that banner was rigged. And unfortunately, I saw a lot of people that went through the same shit. They pulled a couple Juggler and had to retire. And I kind of think it's the same thing, because really Zarita at the time, she was the faction buffer for her own faction. So, and you can say that Juggler is a faction buffer too, but his faction buff was already out. There's other characters that had Juggler's faction buff. Freya can faction buff Juggler, but it just seems like when a character comes out that is the faction buffer for his own faction, for whatever reason, that character is much harder to pull off of the banner. And like I said, I had the same experience with Zarita and Juggler. So I don't know how much of it is just an anomaly. So I'm definitely going to be looking into this in the future, because as soon as I see another banner that has a character on it that is a fusion buffer for a brand new fusion that's just coming out, I'm going to be paying attention to see if there's even pull rates, if there are people that are pulling just as much of this character as they are the other one, because if not, then we got some sort of issue. Okay, regardless of whatever is said and whatever has happened, it still does not change my view on the fact that we do need safety nets in this game. We do need some sort of UOC system, some sort of step-up banner system, just so that our community doesn't get hurt. So I truly do feel that way about it, and we'll see if we can address that in the future, and hopefully they do something about this. Okay, the only way that they will, when I was talking to support, one of them actually said something to me like, yeah, there's been people that have written to us that have said things like this, and I told support, I said, okay, forward that to your boss, please. Forward that to the design team, forward that to whoever, like, please, just forward what I'm telling you, okay? And I pretty much was like, look, I'm writing you to tell you that this is what I think is going on. I think this banner's messed up, and I'm just putting my info in so that if you guys do find out that the banner's messed up 3 days from now, I'll have a ticket with you, and I can go back and say, okay, well, I called it. I told you the banner was broke. Can I please have some sort of reimbursement? And that's what I told them. Okay, I was like, I'm not really trying to bitch and cry to you. What I'm trying to do is pretty much throw my name in the hat, because I honestly felt like maybe there was something wrong with the banner. And when you guys figure it out a few days from now, I would like to be able to go back and say, yeah, can I get some reimbursement for that? Because I went through that. So that's really all it was. And honestly, guys, if you're having a terrible experience with this game or something just doesn't look right, contact support. Let them know. Because a couple days later, they might make an announcement saying that whatever you were having an issue with was broken. And then you're going to have a hard time getting reimbursed if you never said anything to them in the first place. So again, I'm going by what support has told me. All right, and they did say that there were, quite a few people that wrote in about this, or quite a few people that wrote in about that. And I told support that, please, by all means, take what I got to say and forward it to your boss. I would love for your boss to see this. So, and hopefully that helps us take a step towards more focus banners, more step-up banners, some kind of unit of choice system, anything to move this along. 2% just kind of feels stagnant in the gaming environment that we're at. Even Brave Exvius had to go from a 1% to a 3%, and now they got focus banners and step up banners. But then again, for Exvius, you have to pull like 2 to 4 characters to really have a good playable character. So I'm happy this game hasn't taken a step in that direction. We don't need dupes. We don't need it. We don't need to have dupes of characters. All right, so no Altamuller, no Leon. That's where we're at. This account will have to just be damn skippy the way that it is, but we do have the skin for the faction heroes that I'm running. So I'll get this account up and going, and we'll see how much content we can clear with this. I'm really excited to see what kind of tanking content Landius can actually clear. And of course, yeah, he'll have a 6-star Rachel by his side, so that actually kind of helps a little more. So, Mobile Gamers Unite, I wanted to let you guys know, lucky number 14, was that really lucky? Have a nice day. Peace.